I got approached by Julia Collins, the housing director, and she asked me how I'd feel about taking on the role of house manager. And she's like, I don't need an answer right away, just think on it. And I said, okay. And so I sat there later on that night, and I just, I started making a list of pros and cons and what I thought my weaknesses were and what I thought what I could bring to the table. And then I just prayed on it, and I woke up the next day and I just knew like that was what God had in plan for me.
As soon as I came in, the third one was Dave Barnhill, and he pulled me in his office and he told me, I don't want you to look for a place to live. And I thought to myself, well, that's kind of selfish, because I already have a place to live, and you know that I was leaving, so what are you telling me right now? And then he told me that he wanted me to stay with Restorative Partners because he was proud of me, and that everything that I represent is what they represent. And this is part of the thing we call the mission between me and him. And the mission is, it's not about the dollar, it's all about the change. I even had a t-shirt made with it on there.
I told her no at first. I also told my sponsor that I couldn't do it because I'd gotten myself confidence back a little bit. I didn't see myself as much of a leader. I don't see myself as a follower, but I don't see myself as a leader either. And I didn't think, I was like, how would I come across, how do I even talk to them and stuff like that. And Julia and my sponsor hyped me up, just, we know you can do it, we know you can do it, have we ever steered you wrong? And so I was like, you know what, I'll take a chance.
Sometimes people just need somebody next to them when they're going through something. It doesn't even need to be a spoken thing. They just need that support, knowing somebody cares enough to just sit there with them. And that, that's part of my role there.
You have to build relationships before you can hold people accountable, because there's no relationship and all accountability, these guys, because a lot of them come from similar backgrounds as myself, they're not going to trust you, and they're not going to open up to you, and you're not going to get any change out of them. And that would be something that's what separates, I think, Restorative Partners from all of the other places.
It's kind of how I run the house. It's like when they bring something up or when they're not listening, okay, look, this is what I went through and stuff, and we need to change it, or this is what I went through, this is what worked for me and stuff. And so it helps not create hostility in the house. It helps the house run pretty smoothly, using empathy to kind of rule the house.
Success for me is not monetary, it's the feeling inside. It's knowing that I've overcome.
I just have to say, I love Restorative Partners. You guys have helped me so much.
But I'm not sure what God has in store for me, so I just keep getting up every day and showing up.